19 properties, losing $110,000 a year in negative cash flow. She was working 5 jobs just to keep the whole thing from collapsing. And the more properties they bought, the harder they had to work. That was Tack and Ho-Ping. On paper, they looked very successful property investors. 19 properties, impressive, right? Wrong. They'd become slaves to their properties instead of the other way around. And when their first baby arrived and they dropped to a single income, everything nearly fell apart. But in just 12 months, they turned the whole thing around, from bleeding $90,000 a year to almost neutral, with a $7.9 million portfolio and the knowledge to actually make it work for them. How? That's exactly what you're about to find out. I'm Dymphna Boholt, co-founder of I Love Real Estate. Our mission is to help Australians compress the traditional 20-year path to financial freedom into just 3 to 5 years. And Tack and Ho-Ping's story is a wake-up call for anyone who thinks owning more properties automatically means more wealth. It doesn't. Not if you're doing it wrong. Before we dive in, if you don't want to miss any of these deep dives into how ordinary Australians are crushing it in the property market, hit the subscribe button right now. We've got plenty more stories just like this one coming up. All right, let's get into how Tack and Ho-Ping escaped the property trap they'd built for themselves. Good to have you here. You've got a bit of a mantra that you live by.
Yeah, we do. So do you want to elaborate on that? Well, so it's stretch to grow, but the important thing is the end bit. Have the proper support, which is basically education along the way. And how we've come to this is we've always sort of stretched to try to grow our portfolio. So that was about 10 years ago when we started investing. Mm-hmm. But we didn't have the education or the support along the way, and a lot of bad things happen.
So how did you actually end up in the I Love Real Estate community? How did you end up talking to me?
So maybe we'll just give you a quick background of how we started investing. So when I was a young kid, I remember hearing my parents talk about investing. Mm-hmm. And they say, property is a long-term game. You buy the property, you wait for the property to grow, and then you reap the benefits. Whereas if you buy shares, it's a lot more volatile and it's a short-term thing.
I started in shares.
And that was pretty much my crash course 101 investing. Mm-hmm. Then went to study high school, I studied science, then had the opportunity to come to Australia to study. So I came here to do my university, landed a job here. And then the year I started, I'm like, I can't see myself working till I'm 65. I have to do something. Yeah. And so when all my friends were going out for dinners, going out for movies, going for drinks, I worked 60-hour weeks from day one. Yeah, and I did that for 5-6 years, just to try and get ahead. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that gave me the opportunity to start investing. Yeah.
Okay. So what was the mantra back then? What were you investing in? What types of things?
Just buy. Doesn't matter if it's negative.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's our main wake-up call. So we got to a stage where we basically, we built out a pretty good portfolio back then. We thought we got up to 19 properties at one stage, up to negative 110 negative for the year.
110,000.
So when they came, we went down to one income. Yeah. And we were starting to bleed.
Yeah, we couldn't understand. We have the size of a portfolio. Like, how come we're not getting the lifestyle?
Yeah,
it's just not working out. And I was working 5 jobs at one stage just to keep up.
Yeah.
And then,
there's a limit as to how much time you can throw at it.
Yes. That was what. Yeah.
And that's a very normal journey for people to do. You know, if they want to get into property, they think that's the way to go. They get into negative gearing, and $110,000 before you even get out of bed is a lot of negative gearing.
Yeah.
And the time on top of that as well. You think about owning 2 or 3 properties, and the paperwork and the statements and all of that sort of stuff that you go through as well. Not having 19 properties is also dragging and sucking a lot of your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
how did you end up in I Love?
So we had to do something. Like, we were at the stage down to one income, like starting to feel the pinch, and if we don't do something, we'll be in big trouble. Mm-hmm. And we put it out to the world. And got an email. Got an email.
I got manifested, did I?
Yeah. Managed to go to your one-day event in May.
Last year?
2016. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. And at the time, our second child was 4 months old. So we didn't really,
didn't really
do
do
anything,
anything, yeah.
for a while until the boot camp in October. Yeah.
And we signed up to Platinum after that boot camp. Had a couple of light bulb moments then, and we said, we just need to do this. I mean, we've attended a couple of one-dayers, other stuff in the past, but nothing really clicked. I'm not one that is easily sort of pleased as well, so I have to go, okay, this will really help us before we get into it. And yeah, that's when we decided to join Platinum and make a best decision.
So you had to fix your negative gearing. I mean, before you could really go on and do too much, you needed to fix that problem.
Yes.
Yep. So what'd you do?
So we went and, we went through the whole portfolio. It's the first time we've ever done it since we started accumulating the properties. Actually go through each individual property and go, okay, what is it costing us? Is it doing us anything? And if it's not,
and I guess you're all cross-securitized and even name and all the other mistakes everybody makes.
So we bought our own names and all that. So, I mean, we never thought about selling. It wasn't just how we started. Go, we'll buy, we'll keep for 10 years, you'll double, then we'll be right. But it's been 10 years and we're not. So hang on, something's not right.
Something's not right, the plan's not working.
Yeah. So, those are just some of the...
So the fear, obviously, if you've got $110,000 negative cash flow hanging over your head, it's a big deal emotionally.
Yes, it is.
You've got to take action, which is where you reached out to I Love Real Estate.
Yeah.
We highlighted some mistakes there. Then what did you do? You would have been in a sell down.
Yeah, we were. So we basically lost all direction. We didn't know what to do. It's like, we're lost. What do we do now? So that's when, we joined Platinum and all that, and we actually went through each of the, it's up there. And say
look at all those negative.
We bought a lot off the plan, so that was a big mistake at the start. Yeah. And I think I mentioned in the video that once in 2012 we got to a period where we had to settle 6 in the 12-month period. We managed, because she was working like crazy, and I sort of traded in shares as well. So we made ends meet.
You mean it was working?
Yeah.
You're trading in shares.
Yeah.
You're the minority.
But
yes.
But
I should say, I'm not too sure if any of you remember, probably about maybe 7, 8 years ago. So I traded in CFDs and all that. There was a fat finger thing where this guy put an extra zero or something, the whole market crashed.
Yep.
And then, everything got wiped. So that was my learning. So I don't really trade shares anymore.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
I've gotten the property.
So that's the thing. We've worked so hard to get our portfolio up. We couldn't get around the idea that we had to sell. And so we just said, we'll just hold on, it turned better one day, just hold on. But then we didn't realize we were missing out on so much opportunity.
That's the thing, when even though you don't want to sell a property, it might be even an okay property, but it is negative, it is hurting. But if you can sell that, and that frees you up then to get out and do deals that are manufactured growth deals that have, you can manufacture cash flow positive situations out of it. The opportunity cost of that is massive by if you don't sell.
And that's one of the things that we first did was actually look at every single individual property and said, right, can you manufacture growth out of this, or can you manufacture income? And if you can't justify to yourself why you should keep it, then that's the decision. And that's what you did. And you did a great job in terms of cleaning it up.
Yep.
You jumped straight into it.
So you got rid of a few, you revalued some, renovated a couple. How'd you go with renovations?
So we did, we've done a couple of renovations. We bought in a city, so in Melbourne, so we're from Melbourne. Yeah, we did, we thought we did pretty good. We got like a 1 into 3 return for the 2 renovations we did. Originally, our plan for those was to flip them, but then after we so for one of them we bought for $580. It's in Brunswick. For those of you who know Brunswick, we spent about $50K in doing the reno. Got it revalued to about $730. That's great. And after that, about 2 months later, we bought another one in Fitzroy. Bought that for $700. That was a bit of a bigger reno, about $70K. Got it revalued to about $930. That's great. But then we go, all right, we'll keep them. So we kept them.
So you're still negative.
Yeah, so it was still negative. Yeah. But I guess where we came from was we only thought about the capital growth, but cash flow wasn't. Was that real? Is cash flow real? It's like, can you actually get positive cash flow properties?
Was there something like that at all?
Yeah.
So then you started doing things like Airbnb and those sort of things now?
Yes. So we turned one of our apartments into an Airbnb, which is doing great. And we actually just listed another one about a week ago. Which I think we've got pretty good bookings for that so far.
Was this one of your renovations?
No, so that's actually our 1 into 2 new build that was our PPR. That was actually killing us too. So that was costing us about $40K a year.
Prior to you.
Yeah, that was prior to you, Dymphna.
So you were able to turn that into a duplex build? Which
yes, so it's a 1 into 2.
Make money as well.
No, it didn't. That was a a lot of things went wrong. That's another story in itself. That build cost us 1.5 million for the two. So, yeah.
Were you building from the heart instead of the head?
A little bit.
Yeah.
The site was wrong from the start. It was already waterlogged. And then I think we had 2 instances of waterlogged. One was from the main sewage pipe from council, and the other one was our neighbour had a leaky pipe, don't know for how long, and
Affecting your block?
yeah, affecting
On
our block.
the Fitzroy property that you talked about before, you guys have already started to put some plans together
Yes.
and get some drafting happening
Yes.
because you're going to turn that one into a room by room.
Yes,
rental?
that's our plan.
Hopefully.
We've just re-established that one at the moment because the title was all wrong. We're actually gaining about 31 square metres, which is a fair bit, and pretty close to the city. So that's sitting with land registry at the moment, and yeah, our plan is to turn that into a rooming house.
And what sort of result will that yield you once it's finished?
Probably about 30k positive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that's sort of in the pipeline.
You also had another one as well, one of your other properties that you've looked to turn into a rooming house too, so you've had all the
Yes.
plans drafted up for
Yep.
extension.
Yes. We didn't go ahead. We did do the renovation extension, which is, I think I put some pictures up there. We've just put it back on the market at the moment. It was because the council wasn't really on board with us, and then they sort of, I guess we should have maybe pushed it, but they threatened legal action. So we go, if they're not on it, if we do it, it might give us a lot of trouble, but we might do it again in the future because I think the rules changed only not too long ago in Victoria as well.
Still
where-
waiting.
Yeah, so I just want to see how that pans out.
So the next new deal after doing a little
Yes.
reorganisation and selling was this deal here, little inner city in
Yes.
Cairns commercial.
Yes, so that picture is actually my Gumtree ad that I put up after speaking to Mick because in Cairns, I think in the last couple of months, talking to the agents and all that, it's gone gangbusters in terms of sales, but in terms of leasing and all that, it's still pretty flat. I was
That's
listening.
follow.
Yeah, so I was listening with an agent and they couldn't do anything. I was speaking to him and going, what can I do? Well, why don't you try, Facebook Gumtree? So I did, and yeah, we actually found a tenant. So
Yeah, you actually got the leads coming through, you
Yeah.
started to speak to them and you'd pass them on to the agent.
yes.
Just to step back a little bit as well, so how you negotiated this deal was that
Yep.
you had an extended settlement,
Yes.
and then as part of the settlement that you had to be able to fill the tenancies in there
Yes.
as well.
That's
So,
right. So
yeah.
we could have pulled out if we don't get the tenant. Because that tenant was also the anchor
Yeah,
tenant.
that was about 50% of the.
And it's
the
also
deal.
got a lot of future development potential there too. It's got
So it's a
zoning.
multi-commercial property.
Yes, so it's got a height restriction there of 46 metres. So that's just the land. So we actually had that resurveyed as well. When we bought it, it says 1012, but it's 1018. So yeah, we've got a bit extra. So yeah, you
We're
want
going
to.
to strata that.
So a couple of the uplifts, as I said, we're planning to do those to strata. We've already got a prelim going. We're actually looking at air rights at the moment, just speaking to Melissa, I think she's over there. So yeah, we're going to try to reval and that when that's done.
And that one settles in December.
Yeah, just before Christmas. So yeah, also solar, signage, and yeah, our future aim for this is to get like a DA on it with a mixed use, so like retail, office, and possibly and apartments at the top. And it'll be interesting to see what happens because I think Cairns is doing pretty well at the moment.
So it'll be positive cash flow,
Yes.
about 30k.
Yes, so that's after outgoings and all the interest that we're going to pay. And in terms of, so we bought it for 1.2 with the vacancy. Now it's worth about 1.7 because it's fully tenanted. We've got a 5-year lease on that. And I'm not
came
sure if
from
you got the
Gumtree?
numbers. Yeah, that came from Gumtree, so go Gumtree. I'm not sure if you've got some figures on that. Yeah, just
No,
sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. So currently it's about 30k positive, but the only other, I don't see it as a problem. I see it more as a potential. So the other 2 tenancies are owner managed, so it's under market rent and all that. So
They don't pay any outgoings.
Yeah, they're not paying any outgoings either. So we're in a stage where we're trying to negotiate new leases for those to try to pump it up. And with the signage, yeah, if that happens, we're probably looking at about 55k positive cash flow for that.
See, you won't know yourself. When you've got 55k coming in positive cash flow and you're used to having 110 negative,
Yes.
you won't know what to do with all the extra money each week.
Oh, I'm not going to say, but she'll probably spend it on something. Yeah, no, that's what I love about this community and being part of Platinum. It's just ideas you get and just feedback from people.
Just opens your mind.
Yeah, it does, because we were pretty much on blinkers.
So what is your bigger goal here? Why are you doing this?
So our big, as Ho-Ping sort of mentioned, she had a 10-year plan 10 years ago, and we didn't actually meet it. I mean,
I thought it would be there. I mean, 10 years is a long time. So I'm just trying to fast track it to get to where we wanted to go 10 years ago. But we weren't. We had no problem reaching our goals, but it was an uneducated goal. So now we're trying to untangle everything that we've had and basically fast tracking it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, properties like that with an uplift of some 500 odd grand and a positive cash flow of 30 to 55.
Yeah, so
It's a good start.
thanks.
Don't beat yourself up about it. It's all right.
Yeah, so but yeah, it's just.
And that's obviously helped family and other things.
Yes, it has. So my dad, he works over, so he's recently retired before that. So he's got a house in Melbourne, but then he goes, it's an old house. I want to come back to a new house because I'm retired. And he basically just didn't have the time, so did a JV with him to go, all right, we'll project manage from start to finish, and then we came back with a new house. Yeah, so it was good.
Very good. So your learnings out of the process so far?
So, you want to...
Definitely taking action.
Yes.
Whatever you do, just do something.
Yeah.
And I have to say, just being part of this whole community keeps you sort of accountable. Like every day on the Facebook page, you see inspirational, posts. You see people giving tips and things like that, and that type of thing just pulls you out of your doubts at times. And then having Mick as a coach really just straighten out everything. It makes it so much easier.
Invest in education.
Did you have a lot of negativity around you when you decided to take this action?
Yes. So I tend to be one of those that listen to what people say, maybe I'll try to do something to please them. So, I thought this was a pretty good quote, that's why I chucked it up. And that's where, don't try to win over the haters, you're not a jackass whisperer. People say what they say, it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
So that's sort of what I go with now.
So your final position?
So, that's our final position now. Sitting at 11. So one's settling, so we sold it. It's settled next month, but then we're sort of gaining one back with the Cairns one, so we're still sitting on 11. From November, so we're seeing about 7.9 with a debt of 4.4, but with Cairns, we're probably about 9 and debt of about 5. So we've got our next challenge, I'll say, moving forward as well, is to actually tap into that equity.
Yep.
Because, so that's where the cash flow will come in handy.
That's why you need to turn all of those into positives.
Yes.
And you're getting there. When we first looked at the sheet, it was all negative everywhere. And, you're well on the road now.
Yeah, so hopefully. Hopefully it doesn't take another 10 years.
No, well, you're on the fast track now. Now, I remember you last year sometime, like last year at a boot camp.
Yep.
You want to take a picture with me?
Yes.
What happened there?
Well, I actually took a picture. I'm not sure if you got up here, but I actually took the picture. So it was at the end of the boot camp, and you was up here speaking with me, Brad, Tamara, and it was talking about, you guys can do it, and you can end up here on stage with me. So I actually took a picture, and it was at 5:11 p.m., and I showed it to Ho-Ping, and I said, wouldn't it be absolutely awesome if in like 12 months' time we end up on stage with Dymphna? So I'm not sure if you've got the photo there,
I don't have the photo, unfortunately. But there you go, you're up on
there you
stage.
go, yeah. So that's where we're coming from.
So what advice would you give to people?
So believe in yourself. That's probably the main one. If you do already have a portfolio, make sure you actually go through each of them to see what they're doing, or if you could actually increase the value somehow. Although it might not be costing you, might be neutrally geared or something, it might be costing you other opportunities that you could get into. Take action is the other one. Just do it.
Get a mentor and do it right.
Mentor and coaching.
And was that the photo you were talking about?
Oh yeah, that's the photo I was talking about. So a couple of people have left.
We didn't give you a chair, but...
No. But that's another really good quote that I like that you put up, and sort of what we went by, where it says, life's like a camera, just focus on what's important and capture the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things don't turn out, just take another shot, which is what we're doing. Yeah.
No, very good. Thank you so much. Give a big round of applause.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dymphna.
This story hits differently, doesn't it? Tack and Ho-Ping weren't sitting on the sidelines. They were in the game. They had 16 properties when they found us. At one point, 19. But they were doing it completely wrong. All properties in their name, cross-securitized, negatively geared to the tune of $90,000 a year. Ho-Ping working 5 jobs, no asset protection, no strategy, just more properties. They freely admitted they'd made every investing sin in the book. But here's what I love about their story. They didn't just keep pushing through hoping it would work out. They stopped. They got educated. And they had the courage to make hard decisions. Selling 6 properties that were dead weight. Selling their own home that was costing them $40,000 a year. Converting properties into Airbnb for positive cash flow. Getting creative. Even renting out a car park separately. In just 12 months, they went from losing $90,000 a year to almost neutral. They've got a nearly $8 million portfolio with $3.5 million in equity to work with. And now they're actually enjoying their life again. Helping their parents, bringing family members into the property investing game. They went from being slaves to their properties to having their properties work for them. If you want to see more of these stories like Tack and Ho-Ping, real Australians fixing their mistakes and building real wealth, make sure you subscribe and watch the next video. And look, if you're watching this and you already own a property, maybe even a few properties, but something feels off, you're working harder, not less. The numbers aren't adding up the way you thought. There is a better way to do this. The traditional approach of buy, hold, hope for capital growth, negatively gear, it can be an absolute trap. In the description below, there's a short video that explains how we approach things differently. No obligation, just watch it. And if it resonates, we'd love to help you. Thanks for watching. I look forward to adding value to your life in the next video. Bye now.